Hi Joan, how are you today?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. My name is Tracy and I'm an OT student at your husband's adult respite center.
Oh,
so
okay.
thank you for having me in your home today. I've
Sure.
really enjoyed getting to know Don over the last couple of weeks. And I just wanted to get some more information from you about his independency since his stroke.
Okay.
So how do you think he's been doing so far?
He's coming along, but I would really like to see him be a little bit more independent in a few areas.
Okay. I've been able to observe him in a couple of the areas, such as feeding. He seems pretty independent feeding himself, but I've noticed at lunch that he does need help cutting up his food. Is that pretty consistent with what you see at home?
Yeah. Usually I make him a sandwich because he can eat a sandwich easily, but then I always cut it up for him, so it's a little bit easier for him.
Okay. How about showering and bathing? Does John normally need assistance, washing himself or drying or anything like that?
Well, he can wash his left side, but I always help him with his right side, even with drying him off.
Okay, yes, I've noticed that he is quite limited in that right side, so I understand that that would be a challenge for him. How about grooming and personal care? Is Don pretty independent, or do you help him brush his teeth, brush his hair, shaving, things like that?
He can do his own teeth and he can do his own hair, but when it comes to shaving, he needs help with that so he doesn't cut himself. So I do that.
Okay, that's understandable. And how about when he's getting dressed? Would you say he does about 50%, or do you help him more than that when he's fastening buttons and zippers and things like that?
He can do 50% of it, but I have to help him with zippers and small buttons on his dress shirts, and because he likes to dress up when he goes to church, and so I have to do all the small buttons.
Okay. And how about toilet use? Does Don normally need help wiping? Is he able to manage his bowels and his bladder?
Yes, but he's had a few accidents. For instance, we went to his sister's house and he couldn't get into the bathroom by himself, so that's been the problem.
Okay. And when Don is transferring from the bed to his wheelchair, does he require assistance from you, or is he normally able to make that transfer by himself?
Well, he tries to make it by himself, but I tell him he should wake me up because in the middle of the night he could fall.
So safety is a concern if
Yes.
he's doing it by
Yes.
himself. Okay, I understand. For mobility, I noticed at Adult Respite that he propels his wheelchair with his feet rather than his hands due to that limitation on the right side. But he seems to get around pretty well. He can go more than 50 yards and make it around the corners okay when we're on our morning walk. So is that pretty consistent with what you see as well?
Yes, that's how he likes to do it, and he seems to get around just fine without using both of his arms. I think it makes him feel independent to move around without my help.
Okay. And has he attempted to go up and down the stairs at all?
No, we don't have any stairs, so he doesn't have to do that.
Okay, if he did, would you think that he would need quite a bit of help with that, or?
Yes, we have had ramps put in, so
Okay.
he could do it with a ramp if he had a little bit more training.
Okay. Well, considering some of the self-care tasks that we've talked about today, are there any areas that you would hope that John could gain a little bit more independency in here in the home environment?
Well, the eating, if he could help himself eat a little bit more and shower himself a little bit more by himself, independent, that would be helpful.
Okay. Well, I think that you've given me a lot of good information today, and I would like on our next meeting to maybe come up with some goals and develop a treatment plan for John to maybe increase some of his independent seat and self-care. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, thank you for meeting with me today, Joan.
Okay, thanks for coming.
Great, thank you.